What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with Pokemon TCG Live playing on PC. Tonight we're looking at probably one of the standout cards from Journey Together, Zacian. 230 HP for a basic EX Pokemon, not too bad. The beauty of this card is an Insta Strike where it does 30 damage and then 30 30 damage to the active, 30 damage to the bench, to one of the bench Pokemon. That's where this deck really shines. I did build a similar one with that had Steel Energies and used Brave Slash, but I'm trying to streamline this deck. I've seen a lot of streamlined designs for this deck online that don't use any Steel Energies. We just completely forego Brave Slash. Not being able to attack next turn really hurts this card. There are ways around that. You could retreat, but for this one, we've decided we're going to go the streamlined version and try to spread the damage to the best of our ability. We have a lot of ways to power up this guy. Let's talk about how the deck works. Before I talk about each individual card, this deck is kind of scripted, where you have to start by attacking with Zacian EX. Then you have to start attacking. Once that gets knocked out, you have to rely on the Cramorants. We got two of these guys. If your opponent has exactly 3 or 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does. If he doesn't have those, your opponent does not have 3 or 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does nothing. So you can only use them to attack at the midpoint of the game, where your opponent has taken 2 prize cards or 2 or 3 prize cards. Once it takes out the Zacian, your opponent takes out Zacian, which, because again, 230 HP, that's not a lot, so it can be taken out pretty easily. You bring in Cramorant and start swinging with Fickle Spitting for 120. And it's a 1 prizer, so after one gets knocked out, you can send in the other one and keep going. And you might notice these attacks aren't that strong. They're not that good. Well, I mean, yeah, they do a little bit of damage, but you're going to need to do a lot more damage if you want to get knockouts. That's where the increased cards come in. This Hop is known for having like a lot of pieces that can boost the attack. One of them is Hop's Snorlax. Attacks used by your Hop's Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. The effect of extra helpings does not stack. There's also Dynamic Press for 140, which we're not going to use. Sorry, Snorlax, you are a bench warmer. But, so that brings the Zacian's Insta Strike up to 30, and it brings the Cramorant's Fickle Spitting up to 150. A little bit better. There are other cards to strengthen them a little bit more, and we're going to get to those in a minute. But let's talk about the support. Again, we're not hitting quite a lot, some quite high numbers, but if we want to get that little extra damage in there to get the knockout, Munkidori's Adrenabrain really helps out. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has a Dark Energy attached, you can move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. If your opponent cannot get the one-hit knockout on Zacian, or any Pokemon really, you can just basically Adrenabrain some of that damage back onto your opponent, and this helps with Insta Strike and again, it doesn't have to be on the active, it can be on bench Pokemon. You basically want to target weak bench Pokemon before they evolve, and yeah, you can get the knockout on that, and just take whatever easy prize cards you can. But the problem is you're leaving Zacian to get knocked out. The Zacian will get knocked out. It's not going to be around too long. That's why, like I said, this deck is very scripted. Zacian, Cramorant, then Zacian. And then if time permits, Bloodmoon Ursaluna. That's another thing. This is our last line of defense is Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Season skill, when Bloodmoon used by this Pokemon costs 1 energy less for each prize card your opponent's taken. At that point in the game, if you've lost the Zacian and 2 of the Cramorants, if you're down to like your opponent's taking 4 prize cards already, you can just throw an energy on this guy. One of the best ways to do that is with the lone Jet Energy I have. Just Jet Energy him into play, and then just swing away for 240. But you can't use this attack next turn. There are ways around that, though. We have, you can always retreat them, like I said, and 3 retreat costs is pretty steep, but how about 0? How about 0 retreat costs? With Latias' EX Skyliner, your basic Pokemon play have no retreat cost. All the Pokemon in this deck are basic, so Maractus, Iron Bundle, Munkidori, the Fezandipiti. More importantly, the Zacian and the Bloodmoon Ursaluna, yeah, their retreat costs become 0. Sometimes people will try to boss order the Snorlax in thinking they're smart, but Latias says, like, not today. I gotcha, buddy. Okay, so let's talk about some more of the supporters. We have Fezandipiti for draw power because, again, like I said, the deck is pretty scripted. You're gonna be losing a few Pokemon. You'll have at least 3, maybe 4 times to use this flip the script ability, and where you can just draw 3 cards. Cruel Arrow is we're not going to be attacking with. We have Maractus here. If this Pokemon's in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 6 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. With the amount of spread that you do with Insta Strike, that 6 damage counters is going to mean a big deal. Especially when it comes in next turn and Insta Strikes. So sending in Maractus and cornering it and doing a little bit of chip damage while you build up things is kind of a good idea if you can. Iron Bundle is kind of a switch card. It works for this deck because with Insta Strike, they're going to be trying to limit which Pokemon they put on the bench, I think. And if a limited bench actually works in Iron Bundle's favor, because even though your opponent chooses the Pokemon they send out with Hyper Blower, if their bench is limited, they can only send in like so many things. So that is the Pokemon support. The item cards, Counter Catcher, because the prize rate is crazy on this one. Counter Catcher helps a lot. With Hop's Cramorant, we can actually power this thing up to 210 and swing for basically no energy. More on that later. Counter Catcher basically pick and chooses which Pokemon on the bench we can get. We only have one of those. I think we only use it realistically one time, probably after the Zacian and the Hop's Cramorant goes down, and then you'll have the chance to do that. Earthen Vessel, we have 2 of these just to get Dark Energy out. We have 5 Dark Energy. We're going to be mainly using the Dark Energy to get on the Munkidori so we can use Adrenabrain, and maybe throw Dark Energy onto Bloodmoon Ursaluna just to use the Bloodmoon late in the game. If we can also just throw 1 energy onto Zacian or Cramorant, just get them to attack, but honestly we have a way around that. Energy Switch, basically move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another Pokemon. I have a Blissey EX deck with Munkidori, and one of the cool things with that deck is it'll have like 3 Munkidoris and 1 Dark Energy, and the Blissey EX can move the Dark Energy to another Munkidori, and then get him to use his Adrenabrain. And Energy Switch works the same way. We can just basically have 2 Munkidori, so if we have 2 Munkidori down, a Dark Energy attached to 1 Munkidori, use Adrenabrain, then we just Energy Switch that over to the other Munkidori, and then use its Adrenabrain ability. We just pull 60 damage off us, put it on the opponent. That's the way I'd like it to go, but that's kind of hard to do getting both of them out. So getting one of them out should be your main priority. That's why we only got 1 Energy Switch in there. Hop's Bag. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put Hop's basic Pokemon, put them on the bench. This is a card you want to kind of fish out with Arven, but we only need 2 of them because we want to get... You kind of want to get the Zacian and the Hops Snorlax early on in the game, so you can start swinging for 60 at least. Mid-game, you want to get maybe the Hops Cramorants. Snorlax doesn't stack, so... Yeah, if you use one on the Hops Zacian and the Snorlax, and then the other one on Hops Cramorant, maybe the second Hops Zacian, that should probably be your way to go. And then let's see, we have Nest Ball. Basically, like every Pokemon in this deck is basic, so Nest Ball gets any Pokemon you want, just pull that out. That's why I like big basic decks. They love Nest Ball. Night Stretcher. Put a Pokemon or a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand. Probably won't be using it too many times than Dark Energy. You might use it to probably pull back a Cramorant. If you only had like 1 Cramorant and your opponent has like 3 prize cards left, you can pull that Cramorant back and just have it start attacking again. And you'll have to get another like energy or a Hop's Choice Band on it. We're going to talk about Hop's Choice Band in a minute because it's really one of the best cards in this deck. We got Pokégear 3.0. We need certain supporters early on in the game. You want to go second. You want to get Arven. Pokégear helps that. It also helps get other key supporter cards like Boss Order later on in the game. Professor's Research when you need the draw power. There's not a lot of draw power in this deck. So this deck kind of uses Professor's Research and Iono, shuffling your hand back into the bottom of your deck, drawing cards. You and your opponent draw cards for each prize card remaining. And then we have a couple interesting supporters in here. The Kieran acts as a switch if you don't have the Latias out, or you can power up your Pokemon to do 30 more damage to an active EX Pokemon. Pokemon V are no longer a thing. So Zacian EX does a little bit more damage. You can actually cover a pretty good gap. Probably going to use it more often than not with Hop's Cramorant, just to boost it from 210 to 240. 240 does knock out a lot of EX Pokemon. I think the biggest one, in my opinion, Raging Bolt. We have Morty's Conviction. A lot of decks now are playing benched Pokemon, just filling up their bench. They're playing Area Zero under depths. Just have crazy amount of bench Pokemon. Let's take advantage of that with Morty's Conviction. Discard the card from your hand. Draw for each card for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. You can be drawing up to 8 cards. Realistically, probably 3 or 4. 4 realistically. And then yeah, that's a little extra draw power, and you're not going to be using every card in the deck. But the big card in this deck is the Choice Band, where attacks used by Hop's Pokemon this card is attached to cost 1 energy less and do 30 more damage. That's crazy. So, let's do the math here. You combine you got the Zacian, does 30. You combine that with Hop's Snorlax, that boosts up to 60. Oh, we didn't even talk about Postwick. Postwick, that just boosts Hop's Pokemon 30 more. I missed all the stadium cards. Did I just scroll all past? I did. We have Prime Catcher as the, Prime Catcher, switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot, and then you switch in one of your Pokemon from the bench. We have Calamitous Snowy Mountain. This is used mainly as do a little extra chip damage, but it works really well with Munkidori. You attach to the Dark Energy from your hand to Munkidori, put 2 damage counters on that, and then you can instantly Adrenaline Brain that onto your opponent. It's hard to do because there's not a good way to get stadiums out with this deck. There's no Colress's scenario, there's no Noctowls, so we gotta kind of draw them out, unfortunately. And then Postwick, like I said, boosts 30 more for Hop's Pokemon. So, Instant Strike does 30, plus 30 more with Snorlax, plus 30 more with Postwick, plus 30 more with Hop's Choice Band. So, the idea here is Instant Strike will do 120 to the active and then 30 to the bench. No energies. Because we're not using energy, we can take advantage of that with Munkidori and use Munkidori as a damage peeler and just throw more damage onto your opponent. So it does get around a lot of bench things. Cramorant actually becomes one of our heavy hitters in the deck, if you can believe that, going from 120 to 210. 210 damage again from no energy attack. Yeah, this deck, I've seen some decks go completely energyless, but I've seen also some use like Mist Energy to protect them, and then Gen Energy is probably the best just to get things into the active spot if the Latias EX gets prized. And I think, yeah, TM Devolution. I don't like TM Devolution because it's good if you can if you spread enough damage to the point where you can just use it and just de-evolve all your opponent's Pokemon and knock them out after you devolve. But I'm not. I don't know. I guess I'm not. When I play online now, I'm not seeing a lot of I'm not seeing a lot of low HP Pokemon. I'm not being able to spread the damage a lot. But if you can, De-Evolution is great. And then the one Gen Energy probably going to be used just to get out of Pokemon to the active spot, and then Dark Energy, 5 of those. That's all we really need. They're going to be used mainly for the Munkidori. So this deck has a lot of moving pieces in it, but it can be pretty nasty if your opponent can't get set up in time to deal with it. And even if they can get set up in time, there are still some outs with it with the Hop's Cramorant. So let's get right into the video and show you the battles. Let's go. Decent start. I pray he doesn't have an Iron Thorns. Okay. Yeah, we're looking at our Arcaludon, but there's so many different play. Okay, it's the Hops. Is it the double Arcaludon or the Zacian Arcaludon? Okay, we're both playing a Hops deck, which is crazy. Let's see. I got the Arven. I'm probably gonna play the Arven. I don't want to get another choice band. I got too many choice bands. But I kind of need to, yeah, okay. Play the Arven, play the Hops bag. Oh, okay, so it's the double. which means he can pick and choose which Pokemon he brings out. Okay, if I'm playing this right. Redeemable ticket. Wow, someone who actually played... You should play Redeemable Ticket later on in the game, but if you know, if you're trying to get what you're trying to get out, then... Or if you know something's stuck in there, the problem is, because his deck is so heavy right now, literally, there could be other key cards he just put back into his prize cards, so... But there must be something truly valuable in there that he needs. Alright. This... Hops bag, yeah. That and that. That. Let's play the Hyper Blower and see what he brings in. He's probably going to send in the Zacian. Target the 2 prizers on this one, because my feeling is that he has Turo. If he has Turo, he's gonna target. Well, he can target either one of them: the Duraludon that becomes an Arcaludon, or the Wooloo that becomes a Dubwool. But more often than not, he's gonna use. Oh wow, you actually just helped me out there. Yeah, I actually built a very similar Arcaludon deck. I think I changed it up last night. Yeah, I changed it up to the Dubwool variant. I took the Zacian out. I might put the It's more heavy on the Arcaludon, though. I don't think he uses any Zacians. This is cool. This is kind of a nice little mirror match, and that Postwick is going to help me out a little bit. Probably going to lose 2 choice bands, which is going to hurt. There's Snorlax, yeah. He's probably going to target my Snorlax, which would make sense. Nope, he's going to target the Latias. Yeah, I figured go for 2 prizers. Oh, thank you. Thank goodness. I didn't want to waste 2 of those choice bands. I had to waste 1, unfortunately. Okay, that's 120. That's 210 to make this work. So I got Munkidori. I only got 1 Munkidori. The other one's in the prize cards. I'm not going to play the Snowy Mountain yet. Perfect donk on him. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to weigh my options here. Going after his main attackers are my best bet right now. Especially if that Duraludon turns into an Arcaludon. Oh, there's the Munkidori, perfect. I got an energy switch ready. My guess, though, is I haven't seen any steel. I've seen 1 steel energy. He probably has the Dubwool ready. He's got to do 140, which isn't impossible for him to do. Just, I don't know how set up he is. Arven, there's the Arven. If he can get the Hops Choice Band, he might be able to attack with the Snorlax. DT isn't a thing anymore, so... Oh, there's the Cramorant. Okay, he's got me with the Cramorant. But I got him with the Cramorant, so... Cram for cram. Yeah, okay, we're good. And he might have Counter Catcher ready. If he has Counter Catcher, he can get a knockout on a lot of different things here. retreating. That works, because you can always pull that back with Arcaludon later. Spitting, yep. So there's 2 prize cards for him. I want to get rid of his Postwick. Let's play the Arven. I can't get a choice band, but I can get Nest Ball. And ooh, Devolution. Might come into play later. I was thinking about getting the Fezandipiti. I need another attacker. There is... No, I can't do that. Okay, probably gonna Turo that thing anyway, so... It is what it is. I should have gotten the Prime Catcher. Nah, this works. That for right now. This way he doesn't have as much power. I got Morty's Conviction, so I can always draw more cards if I need to. Drawing cards is not a problem right now. I'm not trying to draw out anything in particular. He doesn't get the Turo's scenario right now. There, okay, he's getting the Arcaludon. He's going to attack. There's the 3rd Steel Energy. There's 10 more damage on him because you attach from your hand. What the heck? Basic, no. Okay, sorry. I gotta read through that card. This might be a problem. Okay, well, the Cop's Cramorant's worthless, so... Sorry, buddy, you had your day in the sun. Swing for 90. Oh, what am I doing? I have a card in my deck specifically for this, and might be a little late on that. Okay, I gotta play something. It's gonna fill up the bench though. Is the Bloodmoon Ursaluna's in there? Could Iono him down to 2. That really doesn't do me too many favors. Morty's Conviction wouldn't do much. Okay, that. I need to take the reprise cards, so... Devolution doesn't do me any favors. Okay. can't retreat unless he has like a Prime Catcher or Switch or something of the sort. Probably try and pull. If he has the Latias, he's gonna pull it now, which he probably doesn't. Nope, Zacian. Okay. I don't know. Okay, well, I got some good cards there. Hopefully I get something else. Nest Ball, Professor's Research. Research would help. Nest Ball, something. Professor's Research, anything else. I don't have the Latias anymore. I don't think I have any Night Stretchers in this deck. Okay, he's gonna pull in something. Whatever he pulls in, it's a one prizer, so he's probably he's pulling in Snorlax. Okay. It's not a bad move, actually. I'm gonna pull out the Bloodmoon just for now. I think because there is a way I can switch him in theory. Let's attach this to the Munkidori. Okay. Nothing that can really help me. Use the Kieran next turn. Actually, Prime Catcher is still in the deck. No, it's not. Okay. Alright, you got one turn here, bud. Or I, well, not completely wreck you, but partially wreck you. Doing the math here in my head. 30, 60, 90, 120. Yeah, it's not going to be enough yet. Unless he gets the knockout. And yeah, he needs to get the knockout on the Snorlax now. He's got 2 cards. He can probably make something happen if he has a Research or even an Iono. An Iono would help him out a lot. Because I got a pretty good arsenal here. Nothing. Okay. First things first. Prime Catcher. Devolution. The Evolution play, he's at 130 HP, it wouldn't be enough. Night Stretcher's low. Okay, so I did have a Night Stretcher in there. It's a little too late. Does he have anything to boost his attack, though? I think I'll be alright. This is probably a dumb move, but... I don't want him Prime Catchering anything. That's my kind of a fear right now. Didn't do anything last turn. So this one card, unless it's a Fezandipiti. If it's a Fezandipiti, I swear to God. I think he's pretty much out of options. He's retreating. He's probably bringing in the Zacian. Attack whatever he can. Ops Choice Band. Yeah. Too bad you don't have the... No, hold on. Okay, he doesn't have it. Alright, that's game. Sorry, not sorry. Alright, that kind of a little shaky there, but we pulled it out at the end. Prime Catcher definitely helped. I'm glad I chose that ace spec for this deck. Ooh, a Lycanroc deck. Okay. It's the Obsidian Forces Lycanroc. Or Rockruff. The Dusk Noir. Oh. I see what he's going for here. Okay, so the new Lycanroc from this Journey Together set is actually pretty interesting. A lot of people have been trying to make it work with Spike Energy. It uses Spike Energy a lot, which kind of works like Rocky Helmet in energy form. He's retreating it. Okay. He wanted that in the discard for some reason. Okay. Play this. We're gonna get Hop's Bag and Hop's Choice Band. Arven's great in this deck. Holy crap. That and that. I don't want to attack the Dusk Skulls. I think I'd be better off attacking the Rockruff, but I think the Lycanroc... No, it does damage. It's for damage on me. Okay. Okay, that works. Put that there. Let's retreat. First turn donk on this. Good Hop's Choice Band. I'm not going to play it on the Snorlax. It's an interesting idea to play it on the Snorlax, but this thing will knock itself out too easily, and with the way this deck damages, yeah, has weird damage effects. A good idea. Now, I will say one thing about the Lycanroc. It takes 3 energy to attack. Spike energy. It can pull up to 2 spike energy from the discard pile and just attach it to itself. So it can come out swinging pretty well. I haven't exactly tried it with Dusclops. Okay. He's looking for the other Lycanroc. If this deck is, I mean, get the script. Yeah, he's got it. There's 1 energy. Ooh, there's the 4th. He got the 4th spike energy. Are you kidding me? Wow. I mean, he doesn't even have to use Dusknoir. He can just use Dusclops. Okay, I need to find... Maybe I can find another Arven with this. Yeah, okay, this is an interesting knockout here. So, I'll take another prize card. I think he's gonna... Yeah. That is very interesting. Okay, I think I know what my next deck video is gonna be on. Cramorant would get the knockout. Spike energies, yeah, that might be a problem. You can get the... yeah, that would do 60. That would get the... Cramorant's only got 90. Let's see what we get. Pokégear. Here, and I'll take it. I need to get that thing knocked out, but actually, no. Don't think about that. If I had the Postwick, I could get the knockout on the... Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's play Fezandipiti, see what we get. Okay, boss order. That's swinging for 150, 180, not quite 210. Can't prime catch. I can prime catcher. Then I don't have Postwick. Oh wait, no, I can't use Kieran then. Okay. Let's go Arven. Get that. Okay, Night Stretcher, that's my way. That's the best thing I can think of right now. So Cramorant's basically, yeah. I have to think of a good one prize. Or I might just throw Munkidori in here. Snowy Mountain. It's not gonna do me any favors. He can always pull these Lichen Rocks back. So these, yeah, this is actually a really good one prizer deck. There's that. Is he going to use the Dusclops to attack, though? Or is he going to use the Dusclops on the Cramorant, though? Or is he just going to attack? There's the rescue board. Nest Ball. I don't think he wants to put himself in knockouts range if he can. He's going to hold off on that Dusclops as long as he can. Got what I need. He could. Is he going to counter catcher? He's going to counter catcher. Okay, he's counter catchering. He's going to probably go after the Snorlax. No, he's going to go after the Fezandipiti. That makes sense. Oh, okay. I got the boss order though. Unless he Ionos me. I think I got this game. Yep. Take 2 prize cards, so I can't use Hop's Cramorant anymore. There are options I have. Bring him in for now. Okay. I got the energy. That's good. Okay. I gotta knock out 2 prize cards this turn. Dark Energy on the Munkidori. Swinging for 90, that's not gonna be enough. I got the Fezandipiti, but that's... I'm gonna lose that. I can't attack this thing. Play Iron Bundle. I'm gonna use him. He's probably gonna send out the Rockruff. I don't want to use Fezandipiti if he boss orders me again. Okay. I mean, nothing else. Play that. Devolution won't do anything. Night Stretcher. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Why did I do that? I don't think things through, I swear. Yeah, okay, I had my senior moment there. And I just had another one because I don't have the Postwick, but that's okay. Ah, man, I really needed that Postwick. Oh, well. Well, maybe, hold on, all's not lost yet. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, I can't play. Ah, you dummy. Okay, Tim blundered. Yeah. I had the Postwick. I had the Postwick. I didn't play the Calamitous Snowy Mountain. I could have done it. I just like, you know what? I'm not gonna get... So bad. That was so bad. Yeah, good game. Alright, this is a new deck. I'm having trouble with it. It's to be expected every time you play a new deck, but still good game. Yeah, he's going first. I just don't want him to see what I have. I probably should send him the Munkidori first, but I don't want him to. I don't even want him to know I have that. I'm gonna Pokégear, hope for an Arven. Yeah, Pokégear, hope for an Arven, and then I think I can get the Arven. Yeah, the Hops bag. I just don't want to send the Prime Catcher back in. Well, actually, maybe I should send the... You know, maybe the Iono is the way to go. No, I don't like using first turn Iono. Because then I'm basically giving... I'm just handing my opponent free cards when I do that. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, this is a Hydrapple deck. Maybe just a Diplin deck. But if he's running the Teal Mask Ogerpon, it's probably Hydrapple. Come on, Arven. Investors Research. It's going back down to the bottom of the deck, so I'll whiff on that. I'm going to use the Iono. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Buy a little time with the Maractus. This is one of those bad starts again because I didn't get the frickin' Hops bag. Catching set. This is one thing I like about the Hydrapple deck, why it's so underrated, because it has cards like Bug Catching Set, which just pull out grass Pokemon and grass energies. And in Hydrapple decks, they run these a lot, so... Is he gonna freaking Badoo lock me? Cyrano, that should pull out the Hydrapple and another Teal Mask. This is good. I'm actually getting ideas for for my Teal Mask deck, for my Hydrapple deck. If he goes pure Hydrapple, okay, yeah, so one Hydrapple, two Teal Masks. And if he has the rare candy, there's that, and then Slam to Snowy Mountain, take damage. It's not, and Teal Dance doesn't work because this is 2 damage counters. Oh, there goes that. It's like, yeah, let's get rid of that. No more of that nonsense, please and thank you. He might have the Diplin. Okay, wow, he does not have the attack. Come on, Arven. Thank you. Good God. Bag that. Alright. Can't attack the teal mask, which is unfortunate. I don't know if I want to hold off on the Postwick or not. Actually, yeah, it would be a good screw you play later. And a resistance to grass. The only one I can actually attack is the Applin. Yeah, I can't damage any of these teal masks until they come in the active spot. Like this one I can do. But you can only do so much damage to me. You would need 3, let's see, 3 would be... You know, he would need a lot more energies, yeah. Having this grass resistance on this Zacian is really helping right now. Candy, there goes the Hydrapple. Probably gonna, well, the Wochian. Oh yeah, because of all the cards you can draw. Huh. Well, yeah, the Professor's Research has helped doing that. He didn't want a boss order or anything, which is weird. I thought he would try to attack something he can knock out, but he's playing the long game here. Ripening Charge, probably to heal that. There goes that 30. If you can attach the grass energy, then retreat. I don't think it would be enough. He's gonna need to do basically 260. In order to do that, he's gotta do... You need 7 energy on the field. That was just quick math. 240. No, you need 8 energy on the field. Which he can do if he has them in his hand, but that's... Okay, there's one. Gonna get the energy back. There's a Mew EX. Teal Mat, so Teal Dance. Yeah, I think he's already used one Teal Dance already. Okay, so he's gotta get another. He's gotta basically get 2 more grass energies. There's another one. These decks do play enough grass energy, so if he has it now. Mother, how does. Ooh! Just had all these grass energies in his hand. Yeah, that's the knockout right there. If my math was right, which it probably is, 270, yeah, that's a knockout. Okay. There's a Zacian, which I don't need yet. I really need the hops bag. These guys. Send in the bird brigade! So that's the noise I imagine they make. Yeah, I'll lose one of those now. Probably gonna be the Applin. Maybe one of the teal masks. Oh, the Mew, okay. Yeah, it doesn't really need the drop. Oh, you could use the drop power later on. Alright, spit on him. Hop to spit on that thing. I think I saw a video that said hop to a fickle spit on that thing. The joke kind of writes itself, but still. You could get that thing out. this order. He's pulling out the Snorlax. No, he's pulling out the Latias. That's interesting. Crap, that cripples me. Yeah, he's playing this really well. We'll give him that. Like I said, high HP Pokemon are the bane of this deck, so... And now these two Cramorants are just gonna spend the rest of the game kind of sitting here doing nothing, looking pretty. This is what a good Hydrapple deck looks like, though. Yeah, I could Kieran retreat. Actually. Wow. Perfect 330. Okay, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get on this one, but this deck is good, but it's very scripted. I think I said that in the intro. You gotta go Zacian, then start attacking with the Cramorants, and once those die, then go the Zacian. The problem is, like you said right there, once they get past that 3 to 4 prize card threshold, that Hop Cramorant can't attack now, so they're worthless. But here's the beauty of this one. He has to. He's got it. He's got it. Freaking Hydrapple. Okay, I'm definitely gonna pull some of this for my own Hydrapple deck, doing the two Cyranos, because those look like they really work well. The problem is the biggest problem with the Hydrapple deck is that it gets completely crippled by Cornerstone Ogerpon. I'm sure he's got something in there for that. But yeah, if that's why wall decks are doing well right now, because oh god, jeez, you're just getting everything out of this deck. Well, with all that insane draw power. Yeah, that's game. Still a good game though. Sorry, I just want to take a look and see what all he has. And that is going to wrap things up for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to TimPlaysAGame, and stay tuned for more Pokemon TCG live videos. I still got a couple more already. I got the Zoroark Okidogi deck, which I think I'm going to do next. The new Gardevoir deck, which I'm not a fan of, but we'll try it. Bellybolt Storm, which is kind of similar, which is basically the one I used in the live stream. We'll try those decks out, see how they work. Till next time, this is Tim from TimPlaysAGame signing off. And have a good night, guys.